So I think it's time for Avengers. Guys, just got done watching Avengers. I don't know how to talk about it right now. Like, I feel like there's so much to talk about in the movie. So I'm going to go home right now so I can make sure I don't spoil the movie for you guys. Because I need to write down some bullet points on what to talk about. I am extremely overwhelmed. It was a lot to digest. So, see you in a second. Oh my goodness. Guys, so this movie was crazy. Let's begin. Now, I wanted to just kind of take a step back because there was so much to go over and I didn't want to spoil anything for you guys. So let's just start with kind of the story in general. Now, I'm going to do my very best to not spoil anything. So if I seem extremely vague, it's by design. So the story was not something that I was expecting at all. And it's a good thing. I feel like it's good and refreshing to walk into an Avengers movie or an MCU movie and not really know what turn they're going to take and when they're going to take it. Because that's been one of the Achilles heels of the MCU, was the villains were never really up to snuff. I feel like Killmonger was the first villain or antagonist that was, a solid villain. That's something you can be like, oh, I really like this villain. And this is such a galactic movie. Like, it takes a span over everything. Like, you're talking about characters that you did not know were going to be in the movie or in the movie. The decisions that they've made on certain characters and how they approach certain scenarios, you could tell that the way it was written was so meticulous and so detailed from the very first Iron Man movie up to Black Panther. Like, you can tell what was going on, and it felt like they were making sure that if there were any plot holes leading up, that they tried to fill them as quickly as they could in this movie. But it just tied in so well. Like, all the movies leading up to this movie makes so much sense. And it was such a hard thing for them to accomplish, which was crazy. The pacing of the movie was extremely fast. I felt at times that it was a tad bit overwhelming, but it was a good feeling. It never felt, at least to me anyways, that it just died. Like, there have been movies in the MCU that at certain parts of the movie, the pacing just kind of falls off. This one didn't feel that way. I felt like because there was so many characters and there was so many stories going on at one time that it kind of carried them. So it was awesome. And it was great to see, a lot of these characters that we've loved over the last 10 years get really cool moments, which I was extremely excited about. Now, there were a couple of people that weren't in the movie. I'm not going to state that, but it was some interesting choices on why they weren't in the movie. So yeah, but the good thing is it's all explained. Now, as far as the villain, as far as Thanos goes, Thanos is amazing. Thanos is such a good villain. He's so good. And it's again, another refreshing moment for the MCU of a villain that I actually enjoy. I loved Killmonger because he was a villain, but he was more of an antagonist, right? Like, he had a purpose and there was things that you could agree with on why he was doing what he was doing. With Thanos, you have things that you're just like, oh my God, like it pulls you in so many different directions with his character. And I'm so happy that they took the time to write him the way that they did. Because up until this point, we've had zero character development for Thanos. We've had none. We don't know his motives. We didn't know his backstory, nothing. And I felt like what they were able to do in this movie was incredible with his character. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, what about the heroes? The heroes have some awesome moments. Some fight scenes in this movie are ridiculous. I mean, just outrageously good. If you thought any of the fight scenes prior to Avengers were on another level, this exceeds that at least 2 to 3 times. Like, it's so good. And it wasn't just a big brawl of sorts, they were very meticulous on how they executed fight scenes, and I loved it so much. Now, there was a lot of emotional weight in this movie. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to go in further. Now, as far as the emotional weight of this movie, now as far as stakes, the stakes are there. The stakes are real, which is awesome. It's good that an Avengers movie finally made me feel this way, because the previous two movies just didn't. The first Avengers movie was a good movie, but I felt because it was the first of its kind, there was a lot more of anticipation, and it was just cool to see these characters. But as an overall movie, now we've been in 10 years of the MCU, I don't even put it up as my top 5 as far as a movie goes. Even with the second Avengers, I thought the second Avengers was a step back from the first Avengers. This movie, as far as development of characters, action sequences, emotional weight, stakes, this is a much better movie. By far. It's so good. Now, I don't want to get into spoilers. I do have something I'm going to be releasing tomorrow. If you're watching this and it's Wednesday in the States, it'll be later today. It's something that I noticed in the movie, and I don't think a lot of people are talking about it, and it's pretty awesome. So make sure you guys are subscribed and have the notification bell turned on for that so you don't miss that video. But my overall score for this movie, overall, first time viewing it, just coming home now, 9.5 out of 10. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I really, really enjoyed this movie. I couldn't predict what was gonna happen. And there was so many rumors about what could happen. And there's things that I never would have thought would have happened that happened. And things that I thought was gonna happen did not happen. It was a really cool movie for that, and the story was great. Man, hats off to you, Russo brothers. You guys did something incredible with this kind of a cast. It's outrageous. But if you've seen Infinity War, let me know in the comment section down below. Do not spoil it for anybody else what you rate the movie. Just let me know what you rate the movie. Please refrain from leaving spoilers in the comment section. That's so messed up. Just let me know 1 out of 10 what you rate the movie. And yeah, stay tuned for the next video that I have coming out on Avengers, because there are some things that we're going to talk about that was amazing that people don't even realize happened. So other than that, if you aren't Geek Tonight Chat, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, have the notification bell turned on so you don't miss any future content. If you guys like the video, smash the like button, show your boys some love. And if you want to check out my latest videos, links will be right here to the side. All right, guys, till next time, stay geeked.